the most wonderful time of the year. At least that's what Andy Williams says. But for many people, it's definitely not the most wonderful or the happiest season of the year. So during this time of year, we are completely bombarded with holiday cheer and Christmas ideas and decorations and music and movies and everything. We're inundated with Christmas related things. Everything is Christmas. And it would seem that everybody is just in this wonderful Buddy the Elf-like mood from November 1st until December 25th. And maybe you feel like you're alone and like you or what's wrong with you, or you have maybe some depression, chronic depression, and then it really kicks up during this time, or just this time is very stressful for you, or it is a really depressing and anxiety filled time just because of maybe a lost loved one or whatever the case may be. So I personally don't have anything wrong with Christmas. I like Christmas, but I know I have dear loved ones and people who I know who are just don't feel the same way. And it actually brings about a lot of stress and anxiety to them. So if you're out there like that, like I feel you, I see you, I hear you, you're not alone. There's definitely more people like that than probably you even realize, even though it doesn't always feel like it. I just had some things on my heart and my mind because I know that not everybody loves Christmas and this season. So I think first is showing kindness. Now, I feel like every single person needs this regardless of how you feel, but showing kindness, especially to those who are less fortunate than us, can go a long way. Not only will it make them feel better and will help their day, it makes us feel better too, to know that we went out of our way, whether in a grand way or whether in the smallest of ways. Any little thing you can do during this time, it's supposed to be the most wonderful time of year, but not everybody expresses themselves like it is. Things can become very ugly very quickly during this season. So showing kindness, I feel like, is one small way that we can help ourselves. Besides, we really don't know what somebody else is going through. Someone who gives us an attitude, we don't know what they're going through right now either. And so meeting hostility with compassion and kindness and grace, I feel like can go a very, very long way. Next is try to stay positive. Now, I don't mean, again, plaster on a fake smile and just, if you have a problem or an issue, or if you're going through a very difficult time, just pretend that it doesn't exist. But try to find little things to be positive and try to enjoy the small moments as much as you enjoy the larger moments. I feel like in life, there's a lot more of those small little moments that we can really enjoy and just soak in. And the bigger, amazing moments, those are more few and far between. And if we can't just look for those moments to hang our happiness on. So the other night, I was watching The Sound of Music with my daughters. There was laundry everywhere. There's house projects that's just hanging over my head. But Edelweiss came on, that he was singing Edelweiss, and I just looked around at my girls and I had a completely sentimental moment. And I was just like, oh my goodness, nothing on this earth matters more than me sitting here on the couch with my babies, watching The Sound of Music. Everything else doesn't matter right now. This is it. So very, very little small moments like that can really add up to just bringing your mindset, like a positive mindset. So speaking of positivity, now we're on the area of family, which you don't always maybe associate positivity with your family. With the holidays, a lot of us are around family members that maybe we don't quite see all the time. And so there's a lot of personalities that are blending. It's a stressful time of year, whether you love the holiday or not, just with all the running around. And so it can bring about a lot of negativity sometimes. And so for that, just try to give family members who you don't always see eye to eye with, give them a little bit of grace. Like, try to just let their weird, strange comments just kind of roll off your back and just not give it too much thought. That is not to say, though, that if you have like a toxic family member who is very, it's unhealthy to be around them, for you or for your spouse or for your children, and they're just completely negative. And, if it's messing with your mental health, obviously don't put yourself in that situation. It's best to find the boundaries to not be around that person, honestly, or those people. But if it's just like personality kind of quirks and idiosyncrasies, just try to let that roll off your back as best as possible. And lastly, I think that, so we can't avoid Christmas. Like, it's here, it's never going away. It's unavoidable. It's going to come up next year. So instead of making it a time that you dread, make it a time for certain things that you look forward to, things that you may not do throughout the year that you purposely and specifically save for this time of year. So maybe you have a favorite TV series that you are dying to watch, and you just save that series for this time of year, and that way it gives you something to look forward to. Or you have a specific candle that you love, or for me, like, I really love Mrs. Meyer's holiday seasonal scents, and so I buy them and I use them to clean and whatever it is, if it's a candle or the soap or whatever it is. Or get yourself something special just for you, a cute throw blanket or something, a robe, something that is super comfortable for you to be in when you're home throughout the holidays and throughout the day in general, that you just makes you feel good. Maybe it's a special type of drink, hot cocoa or some holiday drink from Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. It's so crazy how our brains are wired that little things like that can really boost our moods. Now, I'm not saying if you have chronic depression that I'm not implying that it's going to cure you of that at all by any stretch, but I do think there is something really significant and really powerful about these small little things that we can do to improve our mood and improve our day throughout our house. Also, make sure that you are talking to somebody. If you have mental health issues, please make sure that you reach out, ideally to maybe a therapist if you feel like you can't afford it. I know there's so many nowadays that do a sliding scale, and they are willing to work with you and your budget. And it may not be weekly, but maybe it's twice a month that you go there, that you can just talk it out, talk to a friend, whatever the case may be, but make sure you're not alone. Someone reach out so that you are not going through not only this season, but just life in general where you're feeling alone. Reach out to me if you want. You can email me, you can send me a message on Instagram. Like, I would love to pray for you or listen seriously. So thanks so much for watching. I know this was a little bit of a different video, but I just felt that I wanted to share this because I do see a lot of happy holiday cheery content, and while I do love that, and I will be posting Christmas stuff of my own, I just think it is important to recognize that not everybody feels this way, to have a little bit of compassion and grace for those who don't really love this, and if you're in the same boat, in this situation where you're not a lover of all things holiday, that you give yourself grace as well, and don't feel guilt and don't feel shame about it. And again, make sure you're reaching out. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you have the best day. Please leave a comment down below if you have any other tips and ideas of ways to make the holidays a little bit more manageable and tolerable for those who are just not fans, who are just trying to get through them. Thanks so much. I hope you have the best day. Until next time, see you later.